Anne Marie lives in Arkansas, and when she was 9 years old, she was diagnosed with something called epidermolysis bullosa, which basically means that her skin blisters very easily. She can't rub her skin against anything, she can't even go swimming because the friction will cause her skin to start peeling off and blistering. There's a saltwater treatment that's available for her to help her, but unfortunately, the treatment would have needed to be such a regular part of her life that her family would have needed to install a $40,000 pool in their yard in order to give it to her. They didn't have $40,000. But that's when Anne Marie's 10-year-old neighbor, Bethany, jumped into action. She heard about the $40,000 that her friend needed, and she decided to start making rainbow loom bracelets. She created a Facebook page and she described what she was selling them for, and then she started taking in orders, and soon enough orders started coming in from Arkansas and Illinois and Wisconsin and New York and Canada and Finland and Norway and Sweden and all over the world. And 19 months after she started selling the rainbow loom bracelets, she had raised over $47,000 selling rainbow loom bracelets, enough for the pool, proving that you don't need a lot in order to make a significant difference. This week we're talking about Jesus as the bread of life, and we're in John chapter 6. And in that chapter, it starts out with a wonderful miracle of Jesus feeding more than 5,000 individuals, but it didn't start out looking so good. As they were around the hungry crowd and it was time to eat, they were looking for food to give to everyone, and his disciples pointed out that there was a little bit of food available. Peter looked at Jesus and said, "Here's a boy with 5 small barley loaves and 2 small fish. But how far will that go among so many?" A legitimate question. Only a couple loaves and a couple of fish. And yet from that small amount, Jesus was able to feed thousands. And you might be looking at that story and saying, well, that's a really nice story. That's a really nice miracle. But, well, Pastor, you don't know my situation. You don't know the money that I'm lacking. You don't know how much strength I don't have every day. You don't know how much help isn't around. You don't know the nothing that I have in my hands in order to try to accomplish the everything that my life demands. And you're right. I don't know your exact situation, but Jesus does. In fact, Jesus himself knows what it's like to have nothing in his hands, except a couple of nails as he hung on his cross. And from that nothing, he was able to give us the abundance of heaven. He was able to fill this world with such an abundance of forgiveness that it covers every sin, and to fill our souls with an abundance of assurance that our God really will never fail to give you everything you need to accomplish the very important tasks that he's put in front of you.